Our top story today is from South Africa. Billionaire Elon Musk has been at odds with his birth country and has yet again accused Pretoria of racism. Why? Because his internet service provider Starlink is not allowed to operate in South Africa. Musk said that he suffers from discrimination only because he is not black.
Okay, so he is saying, for those who don't know, Elon, the dickhead, is who ruins everything that he puts his finger on. People think he's a genius, but no. I concur. I concur on that. But he wants Starlink in South Africa. Now, he wants Starlink in South Africa, his birth country, and he wants to set up this equipment in South Africa, and they don't want him to do that. Why? We'll get into why they don't want him to do that. The video will go into that, but let's just focus on what the initial statement was. Starlink is not allowed to have internet provider license in South Africa for the sole reason that I am not black. Wow, that's a bold statement to say that the only reason why they don't want Starlink there is because you're white. Really, really, really. Wow. That's pretty pathetic. That's pretty idiotic for someone as smart as yourself to say. With someone with such a big microphone, that's pretty idiotic to say. Why, TJ? Why do you say that? Because understand, folks, this is history repeating itself. It's not only history repeating itself, but it's history trying to rewrite itself again. Why do you say that, TJ? Because if y'all don't know anything about South Africa, know this. They dealt with a lot of this stuff, not everything that we dealt with in the United States, as far as like the whole slavery thing, but as far as like segregation and disenfranchisement and redlining and relocations and all that other stuff that you know soaked the soil with blood and our bodies hanging. The same thing that they were doing here, they were doing there. Yes, they were. Segregation didn't end until 1994, I believe. 93 or 94. I was 4 years old when segregation was over in South Africa. I'm gonna say that again. I'm 35 years old. So, yeah, I was about that age, 4 years old in 1994. I was 4, and segregation just ended. If y'all don't know anything about South Africa is like 90% black. But yet they dealt with a situation where a small percent, maybe 7% of the country. If you guys understand this, like in the United States, black people represent 13% of the population. In South Africa, white people represent 7% of the population. Imagine in America, 13% of us ruled, owned, controlled everything in the United States. Everything in the United States. We dictated everything in the United States. At a smaller scale, 7% of the population, they did that in South Africa. They dictated everything in South Africa. And yet you're talking about racism. Your dad supported this. Yes, his father supported apartheid. Y'all know apartheid is pretty much segregation. His father supported apartheid.
Musk made these remarks in a post on X. In another post, Musk slammed South Africa for having more anti-white laws than anti-black laws under apartheid.